Hello guys and welcome back to my channel. My name is Produce and I'm a photographer in Ghana, wedding photographer to be precise. And in today's video, I want to share with you how I edit pictures in Lightroom. And I'll be editing 100 pictures in this tutorial. So stay tuned and then watch me edit. I'll be sharing with you some shortcuts I use, some techniques to get your work faster, and hopefully you will learn a thing or two. So stick behind and let's dive right into this video. But before then, if you are new to this channel, please don't forget to subscribe, leave a like, and then share with your friends if you find this video useful. So let's start by importing the pictures. So this is the folder that contains the pictures. I've already sorted through all the pictures and then deleted the ones I don't want. So that's the one I classify as rejected, and I sort out these pictures using Fast Draw Viewer. I'll leave a link to download that software and then maybe a link for you to be able to use it. So if I want to import an image, I just drag one. This folder contains the JPEG and the RAW. So I'll just drag the RAW or even the JPEG to the Lightroom to import only one set, which is the RAW. And then I click the check all over here. Make sure that I build a smart preview, because most of the time I transfer catalogs from one machine to the other depending on where I am working from. So I build a smart preview so that I can edit the picture on the go even if I don't have the picture saved on that machine. And just in case I lose the pictures, just in case, I know that I have smart preview there to export at least. Okay, so let's just click import and then wait for the pictures to import. So you can see it has finished importing. I have about 100 images here that we are going to edit. So it's going to be a very long journey, but I'll be showing you how I make this journey very short, like shortcuts that I'll be using and all those stuffs. So hopefully this wouldn't be too much for you guys. And if you are finding this video useful or you are learning something new, please don't forget to leave a like, and then if you haven't subscribed yet, you can subscribe. The smart preview is still building. Take some time. When it's done, you see this pop up here. You can choose to disable it, but I always like it on so that I know that it is done. And then click OK. So the next thing I do is, you see this image, if I open it, the name here is PD241 what, which is not easily identifiable, or in case I want to locate the pictures of this couple by just searching on my machine. So I'm just going to change it and then rename it to their name. So to rename it, I'll just Control or Command A to select all and then press the F2 key. If you're on a Mac and maybe you click on the F2 and it doesn't work, add the function button to it. And here you can see custom name with original name and all this stuff. I usually choose the custom name and then the sequence. That way I will choose the name and then the number it should start with. So in this case, I'll just name it Steven and Vanessa. But because this name is too long, I'm just going to shorten it to Steph and Van, something like that. I'm sure I'll identify. Let's just keep it Steven and Vanessa. I don't want any trouble. And then I add PW to show that this is a pre-wedding. So if it's an engagement, I'll just change it to ENG. If it's a wedding, I change it to WED. If it's a reception, like that. Thanksgiving service, I make it TG. And that's it. So this one is a pre-wedding, so let's make it PW. And then click OK. So just like that, all the pictures will be renamed. And even if you go to the folder that contains the pictures, you can see that it has changed to Steph and Vanessa 1, 2, 3, just like that. Okay, so now to edit these pictures, we go to the develop model. So I've hidden my tab at the top there. I can click develop, or the shortcut is just tap on D. So if I click D, it will just take me here. And then this panel here shows a film strip of the images you're working on. So I like to keep my environment like broad enough so that I can see everything I'm doing. So I'll hide this, and then this is like the navigator pane, your history, the presets you have, and all those stuff. As you can see, I don't have match preset. These are default presets, and this is just a preset I did so that I'll use to start the image. You can see if I select this preset, you see that it has done basically almost nothing to the image, just because it is only working at this area, the lens correction. Always I do lens correction, so I just set that preset there so that to do it. But let's reset this and then let's do it from scratch. So the first thing I do is I go to the lens correction and then I enable color profile correction. And then in case of this is, I don't know why it doesn't select the lens automatically, I don't know. So I'll just search for Nikon, and this is Nikon over here, and it has selected the image the lens I'm looking for, which is the Nikon 85mm. It's supposed to be 1.8G, but the D will do for me. Let's take it like that. And then I come back to the basics. So in the basic panel, this is where I do most of my work. So first of all, what I do is I click on the auto, and then I wait for the computer to do its own magic. Then I can increase the exposure a little bit. I think this is too blackish, so and then increase. So I haven't edited this picture before. This is the first time I'm editing them, so I don't know the exact values, but on a typical day, this is what I'll do. And then to check the before and after, I'll just check my before and then after, before, after, before, after. Okay, and then I'll see if I need to do something else. Then increase the vibrance a little. I think the skin tones are not the best, so I'm going to change the color temperature over here a little. Okay, so basically I usually waste time on the first one, because after that I'll be copying the settings and then placing it on all the images. So in this case, I go to transform, because this doesn't look straight to me. The windows doesn't look straight, and the people doesn't even look straight, because I didn't station the camera like well. So let me click on auto, and you can see it has aligned this vertically for me, and this is better for me. So let me check before, after, before, after. I think this is looking good, and let's zoom in a little and see. Okay, so I assume that if you're watching this, you know a little bit about Lightroom, and so there are some basic things I won't be explaining. Maybe I will be mentioning out some shortcuts, but if I don't mention it and you think you need, you don't know it and you want to know it, just send a message below, like leave a comment, and then I'll go there and then answer you. Okay, since I'm talking too much, I'll go to the color or the HSL panel and then increase the saturation of the greens a little and check how it will look first. I think that doesn't look good, so let's just bring it back. Let's bring it back. Maybe if you bring it down a little, it looks nicer, but that's not my style of editing. I just try to keep everything natural. So on a normal day, this may be how it will look like. So let's just keep it like that, and then I go to the luminance, and I want to brighten up the skin tones a little, so you can see the results. If I increase it too much, you can see what it's doing to the skin tones. The skin tones are usually in the orange lane there, and then maybe I'll just increase the red a little. I think this is okay, and as you can see, I haven't done much, everything from scratch. So what I'll do is I'll select all the images by pressing Ctrl A. I believe you already know that. And then I'll click on sync. So for the purpose of this tutorial, I will just check none and then select the steps that I'll be syncing for you to see. So in this case, I used the treatment and profile on this image. I used white balance, basic tone. I didn't use tone curve, no texture, all these stuff. Sharpening, I didn't use it. Local adjustment, I didn't use it. Color grading. So this place, color and saturation, I used it. That was when I was adjusting the vibrance and all this stuff. Noise reduction, I didn't use it. Lens correction, let's take that. Then the transform, I don't want all the images transforming automatically. Sometimes the results are very, very horrible, so I don't click on it. I do them one by one. The process version, I'll just select that. Calibration, I'll always select that because it doesn't actually affect the image in a negative way. For me, at least for me. The effect, I won't select that. The crop, I don't want my images cropping automatically. Spot remover, I don't select the spot remover because I don't even do spot removal most of the time in Lightroom. And even if I do, the location of the spot remover will not be the same for all images, so I'll not check it. And then here I'll just click sync. But if you're wondering what the shortcut for the synchronize will be, that is Command Shift S. Hold on, to be okay, because it is syncing, copying and pasting over here. The machine won't allow me to do the command and pasting or whatever. But as you can see, the Control Shift S will bring me to this screen like this pop-up so that I can sync. I've clicked it so many times. So Command Shift S will bring the synchronize settings, or on a Windows, Command Shift S, Control Shift S. All right, so let's continue. Now it has pasted all my settings I've done for this image on the other images. So let's see. So to move to the next image, I use the backslash and then I swap between images. Here I can just adjust the exposure for each image and then some few changes to the images depending on the lighting settings. So in this case, I'll reduce the highlight and then the exposure just a little so that I get this, and I'll sync it again. I usually sync a lot. Then I'll move to the next image. Okay, so here I have a shortcut that I use to adjust for exposure. So if I press on the minus key, it will reduce exposure. If I press on the plus key, it will increase exposure. So I wouldn't be coming to this side and be sliding like that. I'll be using the plus and minus. Okay, so this is cool. Let's move on. As you can see, I'm not doing the transform on all the images. So click auto. I like what I see, so I just move on. I'm fond of synchronizing settings, but in your case, you don't have to. You just have to move to each image and then adjust. But then again, I'm used to it, so I just click on it, whether I know, like willingly or unwillingly. I'm talking too much. All right, let's continue. Just like that. I'm just editing, and then I'm increasing the warmth a little. Increase the exposure just a little. So some way, somehow, this image may feel like it's overexposed. I don't know, based on your screen, but I'm fine with the result. I think this is cool. Or maybe just let me decrease it a little. All right, this is okay. Everything looks natural, and then so basically that's it. I'll be repeating this for all the images I shot over here. So if you want to jump to maybe a menu item over at this area with a shortcut, I just use command, maybe 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I know where they are, so this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So if I want to go to 2, I'll just press my command and 2, then I'll be there. So in this case, I want to be at 6. I'll just come to 6, and then the auto is already selected. I've clicked on it. Then I move to the next image, and then auto adjust it. All right. So the auto is one of the best tools in Lightroom. If you're editing and there is an auto feature there, try and click on it. If it doesn't work, it doesn't spoil anything, you can just deactivate it if you want to. Let's continue editing. You can scroll through and then edit them one by one. So I just crop. To crop, the shortcut is R. So if I click on R, it will bring the crop to, and then I'll just adjust. And after that, I just press enter or the R again. Okay, so let's continue. Their smile is very, very, very beautiful. It makes me want to marry. But the time is not yet. So if you have any questions so far, you can leave them in the comment section below. I'll be reading all comments and I'll be answering. So just some micro adjustments. Micro adjustments can make a huge difference. So don't just be sliding. In this case, I don't want this to appear, so maybe I can just crop. But first of all, let me use the transform tool to strengthen. But it's cuts off the leg over here, which I don't like. So I'll do that manually myself. I better keep the leg than trying to straighten up edges. Like, I feel like the image is incomplete and that would, it's too much. Good. All right. So before, after, before, after. That's cool. Okay. Maybe my Lightroom interface may not look like yours, but this is what I'm used to. I just change some few arrangements to remove what I think I don't need on the screen, and that's it. So you can see my camera settings also over here, in case you're wondering my camera settings. And all these pictures I took them with the Nikon Z6 with Nikon 85mm 1.8G connected via the F2Z adapter for this photo shoot. And that combination is mostly what I use for all my how do you call it, pre-wedding photo shoot sessions. So in case you are wondering, basically most of the time, like 95% of the time. Why am I talking too much? Please pardon me. It's weird talking to myself all alone here. So like, let me just crop it small. I think this is cool. In some cases, you may not get perfect results, but the client is not worried about perfect. The client needs a good, very good job done. So if we can achieve perfection, that is great. But if it's not perfect and the client is happy, I am happy. So don't stress yourself too much about trying to color grade and all those stuff. I've never tried to color grade pictures that I deliver to clients. Maybe if I'm playing with some pictures on my own, I will try and then color grade. But I think clients book me because of the way my pictures look natural, and so I wouldn't be color grading. But if clients are booking you because of the way your pictures are graded, or like you already grade your images and clients are coming in because they've seen your pictures, not specifically. Sometimes they don't even know that they like your grading or something like that. But if you change it, they will know. They will know. They will tell you that you haven't edited this picture or something like that. So you can stick to your style, and then if you want to change it, you can gradually change from there. Maybe you will deliver to the clients that those clients that have booked before you realize you have to change your style. You can maintain those style for them, or you can like send them some few images with your new style and get their feedback. If not necessarily ask them like to comment on the pictures or something, but if they don't say anything like negative about the picture, then you know that they are cool with it, and then you can go ahead and deliver the rest of the images in that style. But if they complain, you just give them the old style, and then on your Instagram, try to change your style there, your Instagram or your website, whichever works for you, or your Facebook, anyone. Gradually, then you change your style, and then they'll be cool with it. So I hope you are learning something new from here. So just a little, this seems a little yellowish. Maybe let's go to the HSL panel, and then under the hue, let me try to play with the skin tone over here. So as you can see, this clearly shows that the orange, their skin tones is mostly in the orange lane. So I just want to, from yellowish to just a little bit reddish. Let's keep it that way. Okay, I think this is cool. And then the next one, this is a little overexposed. Let's bring it down here a little, increase by. So sometimes I make some changes as I go along, but technically most of the images look almost the same, and that is the goal. You don't want one of the picture looking like extremely different from the other. So in some cases, maybe you just black and white and do that. I meant V is for black and white, and then X is for reject. So if you want to reject that image, you press X. If you want to change it to black and white, you just press the V. The V as in Velcro or something. This video is getting very long. All right, so let's continue. All right, and then few changes. I like this picture a lot. Little too overexposed. Let's take it like that. I think this is okay. So just a little bit of adjustment, like micro adjustments, can do a lot. So when adjusting, please be careful and don't be sliding, playing like that. Okay, I hope you get it. All right, so we are almost there. So we have edited our 37 pictures already. So using the synchronize, you can see how easy it is to just edit a lot of images. Okay, so I think the white balance is off here. So let's use the auto and see what we get. Okay, and then let's build upon it from there. And then let's go back to the color and deactivate what we've done over there, because the setting, like the area, has changed. So and then we'll do everything from scratch. Let's click on the auto here to adjust. So based on the computer's AI system, they think that this is how the picture should be exposed, which is not bad, but I think it's too underexposed. I don't like to increase whites like that. So let's bring the temperature to a little down. So when you're adjusting, keep your eye on the image as well and see if the result you are getting is what you are looking for. Don't just be sliding. All right, so let me increase the vibrance a little, and then let me go back to the color and then adjust this a little. So as I said earlier, micro adjustments, micro. You don't have to go that much to get the result you are looking for. Just micro adjustment and keep your eye on the image. All right, so now that I've set the tone for this, I want to crop this out. I don't want that to be inside the image. I'm trying to center them as much as possible. And so let's go. Pardon me for that chicken noise. I hope I'm not talking too much. Okay, so as you can see from my images, you see that like most of the images are natural looking. I like to keep my couple in their like comfort zone, get them smiling. They are not models. They are not modeling for like Louis Vuitton or whatever. So they should be smiling. These are pictures that they should look at in the future, and they should bring smile on their faces. They are not supposed to be like bonyo faces. Maybe we can get one or two of that in the photo, but most of the time I try to get them to be natural, smile at each other. Like that is the spirit I want in my image, and I think that's the reason why my clients book me, because my pictures feel natural. And so I want to replicate that for everybody. That is what they want. If they want something else, they wouldn't have come to me. Okay, so let me go back and then crop this thing out. Okay, so for those of you wondering where I took these pictures, I took them at Takwa Eagle Nest. So just in case you want to ask about the location, that is where I took the pictures. And then they have, like, how will I put it, they allow photo shoots over there. So you just go pay and then you have your session. Make sure you don't disturb their guests, and that's it. They are very cool people. Very nice hotel in Takwa. So Takwa, I'm in Ghana, for those of you watching outside. And if you are getting some value, please leave a like. Tell me what you've learned so far. And if you enjoy this, let me know. If you don't have any question, let me know if you want like more of these videos shared with you guys. Let me know. This is my first one, and based on what you guys say, I may continue to do it. So if you enjoy it, please don't just walk away. Leave a comment. Of course, it will help me grow, like to help the algorithm recommend this video to other people as well. But more importantly, it will let me know that I'm giving you value for your time. And so let me know in the comment section below if you're enjoying this. So I believe you are following along. This is how I edit my pictures. Shadows a little and then bring in some tint. All right. So like I said earlier, the settings are here, so you can just have a look at them whilst we move along. You can pause the video and then check the settings and all the stuff. So that's it. And if I want to view this image in a full screen, like black screen, I'll just press on F, letter F, and then you can see it removes all the setting panels and all the stuff, and then shows only the image. I really like these pictures. Very beautiful couple. Their smile, very nice. The groom is a little shy, but the bride is very, very lively. Like, her smiles are always on point. always on point. So when you get couples like this and you're taking them pictures, your job is like halfway done for you, because you don't have to worry about people smiling and all this stuff. All you have to say is smile and everything is in place for you. Like I said, always get your couples smiling. Nobody wants to see themselves frowned and like frowning and all this stuff. Maybe some people want to, but my clients don't want that. They don't want that. And so that's what they want, and I'll have to give it to them. It's difficult editing and then talking at the same time. I'm not used to editing and talking. I'm always silent and maybe listening to music. So guys, pardon me if I keep on repeating myself. So as you can see, hopefully we should finish editing these pictures in less than 45 minutes. So for me personally, the editing is not my problem. It is culling that is my problem. And if you're wondering what culling is like you going through the pictures and then deleting the bad ones. I feel like the greens here should be a little more green. So let's just go to the hue and then change the green to a little more green over there, and then come to the vibrance and then increase saturation, and then increase the saturation a little. Maybe try and remove the yellows from the greens a little. Okay, that's fine. I think that's fine. You can see I'm not doing any changes because I've already synced, copied and then pasted the settings. I'll just be scrolling through, and because I shot all these pictures in manual mode, you see that the settings are not being adjusted one by one or something like that. I decide when I want to adjust it, and in most of the situation I don't even have to adjust it. So if I copy a setting and paste, you see that it will work for most of the images. In this case, they are working out of the shade, so the image is looking a lot brighter. That was why I was adjusting the exposure. In this case, so this picture, for instance, I was shooting at 1.8, and because the lady is at the back of the guy is blurred out. On a normal day, I should have eliminated this picture, but I feel like it's okay. Let's maintain it. They don't have to use every picture I send to them. They can decide to keep it. For all you know, this is like one of their best pictures, and who am I to deny them access to those pictures? So I'll just maintain it for them. If they don't like it, it's digital. You can just delete it or something, or keep it, like anything. So I try as much as possible to give them all the images that I feel are nice, and then I delete the ones I think are not nice. So makeup was done by Aish Glam on Instagram. Aish Glam, AESH then _ glam. So you can check her out. She does some beautiful makeup, and she's also in Tapa. If you are looking for a makeup artist, you can contact her. All right. And if you haven't followed me yet on Instagram, our Instagram handle is PDY Weddings. PDY Weddings for weddings, and then PDY Photography for general photography stuff. So PDY Weddings, like all together. So please go and follow me right now. I'll leave a link in the description below so that you can just tap on it and then go and follow me. And if you have any message as well, you can send me an email message, maybe products, review requests and all this stuff. We have nice products and you want me to check them out, you can send me an email as well, and I will be glad to review them if I think it will help the viewers. All right, so we are almost done. We are at 94. I told you these images are 100. So let's go. And so composition is very important. There are a lot of dead space here, which takes away something from the image. I don't like that. So we are almost at the end, and 100. So if you have stuck around to this point, congratulations. You've just watched me edit 100 pictures. Thank you for watching. And if you have any questions, don't forget to leave them in the comment section below. If you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe. At this point, I'll just click on G. G will take me to the import tab, the library tab, and then I'll select all images, and then I'll export. So to export, I'll just press Command Shift E or Control Shift E, and then it brings me to the export pop-up there. And then I'll choose the folder. In this case, I'm saving directly to Google Drive. So Stephen and Vanessa pre-wedding, I've already created that folder. And then I'll choose this folder, and then the name Stephen Vanessa, I'll maintain it. And my export settings, I resize to 2500 pixel. That's how I deliver my images, and I've not like had any problem with that. So I will keep it like that. If you don't do it this way, the other way that you do it, if it is cool with you, just maintain it like that. Or maybe you can copy what I've done, or you can just, if you have a better way, you can suggest it in the comment section below. And I use JPEG Mini to compress the images. So maybe if I export and an image is supposed to be maybe 3 megabytes, with JPEG Mini it can reduce to maybe 1 megabyte, and then it will save me space on Google Drive and save space for the client when they are downloading. The quality remains like almost the same. You don't even see it, so you don't see the quality difference. Like, you won't notice it. The compression is very, very good. So that being said, that's it. And then I'll just export and wait for the images to be exported. So that was it, guys. That's how I edit 100 pictures in Lightroom, and in less than 20 minutes without the talking. So if you have found this video useful, please leave a like, leave a comment for future videos, or if you have any addition or subtraction you would like to make to this video, feel free to leave it in the comment section below. Share with your friends and subscribe, turn on the notification bell, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.